In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 things that you should think about getting to improve your kit to help you make better films or make it easier to make better films for you. This is a very basic piece of equipment. Actually, there's 2 types of pieces of equipment here. Very first thing I'll suggest is tripods. Loads of different types of tripods, loads of different brands, loads of different price ranges of tripods. You can get lightweight ones, you get heavy duty ones. But for filmmaking, you're going to make sure the main thing for tripods is a fluid video head. Tripods is good for stabilizing your footage, but the thing is here, too many people rely on tripods too much. Tripods are a good thing to have in your kit, but don't rely on it too much. The second thing that ties into tripods that I'm going to suggest for you guys is Glidecams. Glidecams help stabilize the footage. You can use Glidecams to have some nice smooth movements in your video. Whether you're doing wedding films, corporate films, or any type of film, whether it's personal film or for a company getting paid for it, whatever, I would always suggest having a Glidecam in your kit because too many people just use tripods. If you see, I've seen a lot of wedding films being produced, and during a ceremony or something, they'll have 2 or 3 cameras set up, all on tripods, and every scene is just a still piece of footage of the wedding. I would suggest a Glidecam because then you can get up close and get a really good feel and just move the story along really smoothly. And just the basic glide movements with a Glidecam will really improve your filmmaking. That's just a basic thing you can do. And in Glidecams, you can get them very cheap on Amazon. I'll put all the links to the pieces of equipment that I think are good at different price ranges to buy. They'll all be in the description below, so check them out. Tripods and Glidecams. Also just having one of each. You don't have to buy the most expensive ones, but tripods are very good for panning, getting still shots, keeping it stabilized. And Glidecams is also another good thing for stabilized footage, but it's smooth. You can walk with it, and it's very light, and it keeps everything balanced. So I'd suggest getting them both, but don't rely on tripod too much. I use a Glidecam a lot more than a tripod. We are going to talk about sound. As filmmakers, especially freelance filmmakers, or majority of the time now, there's a lot of freelance filmmakers are one-man bands. I'm one of them. I do a lot of work on my own, so I have to do the filming, the sound, everything on my own. A lot of filmmakers always buy equipment for the filmmaking, for the visual aspects, the cameras, lenses, whatever you buy. That's the first thing that comes into a filmmaker's mind. Things to buy, or to rent or to use. That is what comes into mind. Everyone thinks that the best camera makes the best footage. That is a lie. Sound makes up 50% of the film. Whatever film you're making, sound makes up 50%. Whether that's edited sound, soundtracks, or capture sound in your video on the day. Majority of people these days film on DSLRs. More high-end productions use cinema cameras. Majority of people use DSLRs because they're fantastic, and you can get some quite cheap these days. DSLRs are mainly used for photography and not video. Even though they're fantastic for video, they're mainly used for photography. I'm filming on a DSLR right now. But the audio, the sound capture on a DSLR is, well, there's no point in a DSLR capturing sound. It's just awful. So, the first piece of equipment, the cheapest but decent sound equipment you could buy is probably just a shotgun mic that uses a hot shoe connection onto your DSLR, and you can plug it into straight into your DSLR. They improve your sound quite a lot. I'm actually using one right now. I'm using a Rode mic on top of my DSLR right now, so I'm not using any other piece of sound equipment at the moment. This is just a simple setup: tripod, DSLR, Rode mic, boom, done. This one cost me just about 70 to 80 pounds. I know 70 to 80 pounds for some people is a lot. When I bought this mic, that's a lot. That was a lot for me, and it's still going today. So this will just improve your quality straight into your DSLR, your sound quality by a lot. But if you want to go to the next level to improve your sound quality, one great piece of sound equipment is Lav Mics, Sennheiser Lav Mics. Especially the wireless ones, they're very expensive. The key thing is for sound is to make the mic as close to your subject as possible. No matter how good your mic is, if it's 20 feet away from your subject that you're filming, you're not going to get great sound. But when you're filming in this kind of environment let's say an interview, Sennheiser Lav Mics, it doesn't have to be Sennheisers, but Lav Mics in general are very good to have clipped on. Every time I film interviews, I actually use 3 audio sources just to cover my back. A lot of people use 2 audio sources to cover their back, but I use 3 just so I can merge all 3 together in post and get the best quality sound. I always have a shotgun mic on my camera. I always have Lav Mics hooked up to the subject, so the microphone is always just right there. So when they're talking, it's talking straight into the microphone. Also, the third thing I always use, this all depends on budgets, is external shotgun microphone. I get a clamp stand, it's like another tripod stand with a clamp on it. It's a boom mic. So I get a boom pole clamped to the clamp stand, and then the shotgun mic would be literally facing the subject, just facing the subject. It records everything that's in front of the mic, not around it. And usually the best thing to do is have a boom mic just placed just out the shot here or here, anywhere around here, just facing the subject's mouth. And if in an interview they won't be moving, so you'll get that crisp audio all the time. For you guys, a few filmmakers that have got a bit more money, another piece of equipment that I've used, I don't actually own, but I've used, and they are fantastic, are H4n Zoom H4n field microphones. They're field recorders. You hook your boom mics into them with XLR cables, and they record everything into the H4n, and then you can get the SD card out and slot it into your laptop, and you've got all the audio on different tracks there for you to edit straight away. If you want a cinematic look, if that's what you're going for, you're going to need a fast lens. And what I mean by a fast lens is a lens that has a low aperture, so an aperture of f1.8, I would suggest. Those fast lenses will create a shallow depth of field, so everything in the background is going to be blurry, your subject will be in focus, and that's an easy thing to do to create a more cinematic look. There's so many lenses, so many focal lengths, so many different types of lenses for different things out there. The lens I would suggest that I use mainly is a 35mm 1.8. 35mm is wide enough to get a nice wide shot. 1.8 aperture is a nice fast lens. A lot of manufacturers do manufacture a 50mm 1.8 lens quite cheaply. I used to own Canon cameras for a long time, and the fast lenses used to be quite expensive, apart from Canon's 50mm 1.8mm lens, which I got because it was cheap and it was a fast lens that I needed at the time. And I think it cost me at the time £70, whereas all the other lenses at that kind of speed were easily 3, 4, 5 times more money than that. Fast lens, 35mm 1.8 will be a great lens. I think 50mm 1.8s for most manufacturers are cheaper, so I'd look into those, and they'll get you a cinematic look. Now this is something that a lot of filmmakers and photographers actually, they just look over, they don't think about it. And actually I've not really looked into these until recently. I've been filmmaking for a long time, and I've not used these until recently, and that is filters for your camera, like sunglasses for your lens. ND filters, I think variable ND filters to be precise, I think would be a good asset to your kit list. Variable ND filters, or ND filters in general, for you guys that don't know what they do, is that it's just a lens that screws onto it's just a lens. It's just a filter that screws onto the end of your lens to stop some light coming into your lens. When you make a video, when you film something, you should always have your shutter speed double your frame rate. So if you've got if you're filming at 24 frames per second, your shutter speed should be 1/48 of a second. Or if you're shooting 30 frame rates a second, it should be 1/60th of a second, etc, etc, etc. Some scenarios, you get into a situation where your lens is maybe not fast enough, but you've got too much light coming in, and you're going to have to change your shutter speed to compensate for that. This is where ND filters come in. You can put an ND filter, especially the variable ND filters, because they come at different steps. Put a variable ND filter on your lens, and you can change the strength of the ND filter so you can keep your camera settings the same. So you can still get that depth of field you're looking for. You can still get that nice crisp image you're looking for. They're just tiny little things. It doesn't waste too much space in your bag, and they can save you from many scenarios. Fifth thing, the last and final thing I think that you should add to your kit, maybe think about investing in, are lights. Without light, you don't get film. So without that, you've got nothing. We've got no industry, no creativeness. We need this light. When I'm filming solo, I try to use available light. Fast lenses will help with that. If you don't have fast lenses, like I said earlier, with apertures low, lights will be able to help that. At the moment, I'm just using available light. I have a window behind me, but for studio work, for anything like that, if you've not got available lights, I would invest in some lighting gear. If you're going solo, there's a lot of lights out there you can remotely control altogether. These days, LED lights are becoming more the norm in filmmaking, and LED lights are actually quite cheap to buy. Some LED lights are anyway. So lighting gear is getting cheaper and cheaper to buy and to invest in. Just getting the right soft light, lighting up your scene, will make a huge difference to your film, and it's a very simple thing. Just having a correct light with you can make your film amazing, and without lighting up your scene, your subject properly, when you take your video into post-production, when you color correct, when you edit, you're gonna ruin your video. You're gonna get noise because you've not got the correct light, you're not exposed properly, and the quality is just gonna go down. Just to recap, the 5 things from my experiences, I think you should think about when investing next into your camera equipment, into your film equipment, to improve your filming, to make the next step into your filming careers. Tripods or Glidecams to stabilize your footage, sound equipment, maybe wireless lav mics, shotgun mics, boom mics to help with the sound, because sound is key. Sound is just as important, if not sometimes more important, than the video itself. So sound, the story is king here. Without the sound, you have no story. Without the sound, without the audio, without the video together, you have nothing. Then we got lenses. Lenses is third. Fast lenses for a more cinematic look, depth of field. After lenses is something that not many people think of, is ND filters. Any type of filters to make your filming better. Last thing is lighting equipment. That's the 5. Lighting equipment to light up your scene, light up your subject. Without light, you have nothing. If you guys have noticed, 99% of you have probably noticed, out of those 5 things, I've not said camera. And there's a really good reason why I've not said camera. I've not said a fancy pants camera to buy for your filming. You don't need to spend £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, £10,000 on a camera. Technology has advanced so far, so much. We're in 2017 now, that if you check your pockets right now, or if you put it on the desk, if you've emptied your pockets, put something on your desk, maybe your bag or something, check within 3 meters around you what camera you have on you right now. 99% of people, it's gonna say a phone. The amazing reason why I got a 7 Plus is not for the phone, but for the camera. This shoots incredible 4K footage, HD footage up to 60 frames per second, which is mind-blowing, and I have this on me all the time. It's incredible what this thing can do. I do a lot of filming with my iPhone. Probably just as much on my iPhone doing my DSLR. Just to clarify, I didn't start off with all this equipment. I don't actually, even now, I don't have all of this equipment. Just use what you have, but next time you think about investing into your film equipment, into your camera equipment, just think about what I've said. Think about the whole picture. If you've not got much sound equipment, get some sound equipment. If you've not got much light equipment, get some light equipment. Every filmmaker always thinks about what camera to buy next. Always, even I do that. But then I stop. I think about, actually, I might need an ND filter, I might need this filter, I might need this lens, I might need this type of tripod or stabilizer or monopod or Glidecam. I might need, I don't know, this sound equipment, this light equipment, rather than this camera that I want. I want a GH5. I've got a Lumix GH4, I want a GH5. I'm not going to get a GH5 because the GH4 does a great job for me. I might get some sound equipment instead next time. Who knows? But think about that, guys. Hopefully I've helped you think about what to buy to level up your filmmaking. Comment below, like me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me, and I'll catch you next time.